Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars week 46, day 5. It is a green day, so today gonna be trying triple damage with the new Doomskulls. Of course, that does end up stacking with the traits, so we do get quite a bit of additional damage with every single Doomskull that we take. Our team itself isn't actually going to be using Doomskulls. We're going to be using a standard green loop of sorts, and hoping that it goes over well. It's really bad against freeze, but ideally we will not see a freeze. But so far, we're actually doing decent. It is bracket 3, or I should say my guild is doing decent. I'm actually doing pretty bad this week, especially considering that it's a bracket 3 right now. But yeah, normally we're in bracket 2 or 1, and I already have 2 losses now. One yesterday and one the previous day. So hopefully we break that streak and don't do it 3 days in a row. That would be bad. But yeah, still trying to get used to the Doomskulls. It makes quite a bit of a difference just seeing a random Doomskull that could trigger. Even if neither team even is using it, it still comes into play a little bit. So that's exactly what we'll be doing now. Dark Maiden with the... Basically, this whole team is essentially centered around looping like crazy. We have the Queen Aurora to give us the +1 to all of our manas. I'll be getting Web Spinner up as immediately as we possibly can. One pretty nice thing about this too, compared to past weeks, is we now have a HP buff, which will help make sure it stays alive a little bit better. We have 9 more, or I should say 5 more HP than what we normally would have had on a day like this, so that's pretty nice due to the pets. And yeah, let's just get into it. We'll go right into the Dark Maiden, get Web Spinner up. It converts all, it has a +1 red off the thing, off the Queen Aurora. So we just end up getting that +1 to turn this, throw this down, convert out the yellow, put it into green ideally, get Web Spinner going, get Yasmin going. I don't even need to worry about his skulls because we can actually entangle him with every single green we take. So we will hopefully hit that on whatever his first slot is, and we'll keep the entire team entangled so we won't be able to use them. And just double check one last time, it is indeed a green day, so let's get into it. Also, hello everyone! Hello Danny, hello Mehmet, hello Corey, hello Captain, hello Sandy, hello Sir Robin, hello Shazays, hello Demon Angel, and hello Marcelo. Welcome everyone. Question. What was the Queen Titania team you mentioned the other day? I mentioned a lot of Queen Titania teams. I assume it was Alchemist Moneylender Yagway Queen Titania, or Alchemist Moneylender 2 Queen Titania, or Alchemist Moneylender Goblin Rocket Queen Titania, or any combination of Alchemist Moneylender something Queen Titania is probably what I mentioned. That's the cheapest possible Queen Titania team you can make, and also one of the best ones, if not the best one. Because the Alchemist and Moneylender are both rares. The Queen Titania you already have if you're wondering a team for it. And then you just need to put something in the other slot. And I believe Goblin Rocket's the cheapest viable one you can put there. Though, of course, you can put anything there that you want that fits. So right off the bat, we'll take the red. Start getting that going. Basically, every red and green we are going to want to take. A little bit of a bad starting board. Take a bunch of blue, purple here. Hopefully get a green off the top, or maybe a yellow or something that we can take the following turn. Actually, then again, we don't actually need that yellow. So good thing it didn't come. We don't need that. I guess we take the purple. It will skull us. And so, you know what? We can actually take the blue. Start getting Web Spinner up. Try for a Cascade Green. He's probably going to deny my green, though, if I do it that way. But I don't want to give him that free skull, obviously. It actually hits pretty hard, too. 42s and 47s. We don't have any Entangles yet since we haven't taken a single green. So let's go move that over. And a free turn right there, so we'll go grab that. It did not surge, though, so we did not get full mana. He's also webbed, which is kind of nice, but not really that useful either. That will make sure that he can not use any of his ability thing. I guess it makes sure he doesn't gain attack, so you know what, maybe it's not completely useless for us. We can go for Green Surge here, and that'll be full mana. The only problem with that is we're almost guaranteed going to miss if I do that, so I'm probably not even going to bother. I'll take the third red. Unfortunately, it took that long, but we'll take the third red there, get that up, and see what alignments we have. It looks like we have it on brown. Not the best of color to hit, but that will get us into full mana, so I think I will go for it so we can throw Yasmin finally. And hope it doesn't miss, because that is not too many on the board. Only 10. Have a somewhat good location there and there, where we could extra turn, so hopefully it'll hit one of those. And it does, perfect. And that should be match. Now we just Web Spinner into the win. Or ideally, we'll Web Spinner into the win. Keep throwing, let's see. Yeah, we'll throw another Web Spinner in there. Get another one, or do we go Dark Maiden, or do we cast something else? Looks like we go for another. He actually doesn't use anything with green, so I probably don't even need to worry as much. Ooh, I should have taken that purple in advance. That was actually sitting... Oh! Ouch. Oh, that's bad. Really? The one thing we don't entangle on your entire team, and it's the only one we actually need entangled. Good job. Well then, not much I could have done about that. That's just complete luck if we... Finally! Well, a little late. Now it entangles it. You're one turn too late. And somehow that missed. And we'll go for that. And that's a little bit unfortunate. He has a summon. I don't have full mana yet, but we can just move that over, and that's the match. Well, that could have gone a lot smoother, but there we go. This team's also pretty bad against Famine, because we end up feeding him so much mana. Hello, Famine. Do we switch? Nah, we'll go with it. That is later an aerial, which will help us. Everything later an aerial creates we need. Though the only problem is it could backfire the other way around, in that everything we create, later an aerial also needs in a way. So, yeah, it should be fine. We didn't even really get to use the 3x skull damage that battle. Once we get one web spreader down, we do start hitting 3 times on every skull we do, which is definitely helpful. Okay, this time, please surge. Last time we didn't get the surge on the red. There we go, we got it. And now we just need to find something to use it on. So it looks like purple's okay. Yeah, it looks like purple's full mana if it calculates it correctly. There's a 5 times there, and there's a 5 times there, and there's a 5 times there, and what on earth is this mess? I don't know how it's going to calculate that. It's just like one gigantic blob of purple-yellow. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, that is what you do, right? Yep. For a second I misread her card, but yeah. So we'll get that. Get over our thing converted. And I think we hold on the cast. I think I might just take a skull. It's not for 3 times damage yet, because we haven't cast Web Spinner yet. But that, if we cast it now, it's going to miss. There's no way it's going to hit on that board. So let's take a skull for now. And just wait it out. Oh, but it gives them blue if I do. And I don't need to take red. Oh, you know what we could do? We can go take green right here. This might entangle him too. So we'll do that on green. It is unfortunately not full mana. We could take Skull, let him take that, and then we get Web Spinner for free. Oh, but he might take the Doomskull. Oh, well, let me just take the Doomskull then. So grab that. That is not what I wanted him to do. But he'll do that. We don't have a web. I mean, we don't have a entangle where we need it. That Skull is not enough to kill, so I think we go for this. It misses. He gets a bunch of green. He gets Famine. Really? Okay, well that's bad. We'll go take that. He isn't poisoned yet either, because we haven't even gotten this thing to cast out. Well, we'll go move that over. Take this to full mana. That will cascade for the yellow, which also cascades this green, which should get us good to go. If it would finally stop. Let's see. It misses, good. And that should be enough to land it. No, it does not. Yeah, I should stop using gem spawners. Oh no, they're fun to use, but definitely not that consistent. Wow. We'll go and take a green here, throw that into his surge. He's poisoned now, so we can finally hit him. That's not going to be relevant for his first slot since it's already hit so much, but it will be relevant for all the other ones. As long as we don't get purple here, that should be fine. Good. It got close. One off from being very bad. I might even just throw a Yasmin first, since we already have the other mana at this point, and just cascade all that down next to each other. So we have that to use. So it's a better chance of extra turning. Because we need it, because we barely have any gem spawn right now. We'll just go throw that in there. And it still misses. We'll get that free kill, though. And every skull we do kills from here forth. Well, at least until we get to those two, but it's almost going to be killed. By the time we get the AoEs in, they're going to kill. Problem is, when I need the skulls, they're nowhere to be found. We'll go take that for another web spinner. Oh, there we go. But he's already damaged so much that we might not even need it. I guess we could try for the blue. Do we need to secure this kill? Yeah, because we have extra turn chance. I'll go for it. I didn't get it, but we had the chance. Okay, we could take all this out the way. I think we'd just be better off going for the convert, though. We can get a lot of cascade, but we already have all the mana we need. So we'll just throw a web spinner here. It misses. That's really bad. Web spinner's gonna die every time, isn't it? Dark Maiden's supposed to keep it alive, but apparently it's not doing that too well. We'll go get that in there. Get another Yasmin in there. And down it goes. Will we get one infinite loop the entire time? If you have a full Divine deck, could you clear all campaign? Yes, you could easily. Well, it depends what kind of full Divine deck do you have. But yes, most likely. With like some kind of Diviner into Divine Ishbala, if you have, that would be enough to clear basically everything in the game. Also, hello, Medieval! And what other things I missed? Let's see. Oh, the hello scared you so hard. I don't say it that loud, not compared to before. Not compared to my older videos. Let's see. Oh, I see. You didn't shut it off, so it scared you when it went back on. Oh, that's funny. Oh, never mind. I already answered that. Also, hello, Zero, and hello, Zachary. And was there any other questions in there? Two Queen Titania is normally more consistent than a Yagway Queen Titania, but that's mainly because you have more Fairy Fighters being placed. Yagway is quicker, but it's not as consistent. Also, I might just need to revamp into a Freeze, because he's actually using Forest Troll next Kraken, which is like the bane of this team. Actually, it feels like almost everything is the bane to this team. I guess we'll go back to the other one. I kind of want to stick with 3 times skull damage and use it with Doomskulls, but we're not going to be able to do it against that. Also, even this team, I kind of just want to go and scrap away. Almost feel like we need a famine of some sort. I don't have a backup green team. We have like 2 or 3 green teams, but neither of them actually specifically work for this. So you know what? We're just going to build one from scratch and see what we can do and hope it doesn't fail. So let's start with famine and work behind from there. So we want a famine because we don't want it to drain us like crazy. So we'll get that. We'll get a Queen Aurora because we want mana for that famine. And now we need something to actually kill them with. So let's look at every green we have as options and see what we shall decide. We technically could kill with only famine if we really wanted to, though that would take forever. And probably wouldn't score us that well. Captain Skullbeard, he actually sounds pretty nice. Captain Skullbeard into one other troop. So color, how many do we have right now? We're only missing red, if I'm not mistaken. So now that should be easy. Green-red damage source. Actually, no, there aren't too many green-red damage sources, are there? You would think there would be. That is more of an offensive color. Green-red damage. Draculus, you don't count. Ketris, you count, but don't work in this team context. Wordbreaker, you're really relevant, but I don't know if I could actually use you in this particular team. I feel like if I use all these together, that something's going to die, guarantee. But then again, that was kind of already happening. So would it be any different than what we were already doing? Could use a hero weapon too, but I think I might just go Wordbreaker at this point. Get that in there. Really heavy on the mythics, but we should have all the mana generation we need. I almost want to put Queen Aurora in first slot, but it blocks way too many colors if I do that. It's either Wordbreaker or Captain Skullbeard in front. The problem with Wordbreaker up front is he will die way too easily. And the problem with Captain Skullbeard up front is we lose our main mana generator the second he dies. And he might die quickly due to the way that his ability is. We're up against Entangle spam thing, so you know what? I probably am going to leave this back. We have the 1 higher attack as well on that. Not like that's too irrelevant, but I think we'll go with this. We'll give it a shot. Might as well. Try something new. Banner. We use everything, so we'll want to go into... Well, we could actually do a -1 blue simply because we are going to probably lose him if we try doing it like this for the bigger rush. So we'll just go into... kind of just want to go double yellow then, because we already have so many. Is there a minus green that also does... Yes, even better. So we'll go do that then. Oh, not minus green, my bad. I need a minus blue that does that. I don't think there is. I need that exact banner except minus blue, and we'll be good to go. But there, that doesn't exist, so we'll just go with this. And wait, there's 2 blue minus blue banners. Is that one? Where's the other one? There's another one, I know for sure. There it is. Oh, it's Talon Bat. Oh, that works. +2 yellow, +1 green. Yeah, everything on our team uses green. Oh, okay. So we're just exchanging the 1 blue for 1 green instead, and we're giving the +2 yellow. Perfect. Okay, so we'll go with that. That'll work out perfectly. How do I keep forgetting about Talon Banner? Talon Banner wasn't even as far back. Or it's further back, so I should have remembered it compared to the more recent one. Oh, not that big a deal. Anyways, let's get into this. He does have free spam, but we're using explosions instead of converters, so it should be fine. We have famine just to make sure he doesn't go crazy with mana. Oh! Wardbreaker in last slot, actually. I forgot about that. He's using Kraken. Let's switch that up. Famine second. Is that fine? Yeah, because I guess we'll get the quick Captain Skullbeard. It will take forever to get us our mana on Wardbreaker. But to keep ourselves protected from Kraken, I think that's fine. What it might also be annoying is the Nyx, but we'll see how that pans out. Anyways, let's get into this. It should be fine. Okay, so what do we need here? We need to take that yellow into green and do it from there. Archon Statue, War Cleric, Grand Inquisitor, and Bishop deck. Would it clear all solo counter? Or all solo content? Well, you don't really need War Cleric in there. I don't know if you have anything else to replace it out with. Grand Inquisitor should be 1 slot further into your team. It should be in 2nd slot if you're using it that way. I don't know if you could get through all quest lines with that. But the Archon Statue into Inquisitor is perfectly fine. The other 2 I would probably consider alternatives, so I don't know how many other alternatives you really have to put in there. But the first 2 are fine. Oh, nice. Lucky extra turn off the top there. Take that one. Take the brown to purple. That's actually full famine already. That or we could try getting full mana on him. We have the extra green, so it might just be better to take the green right here than to take a little bit of purple we don't really need. So we could also have a red chance to extra turn, which we didn't get, but luckily he didn't get it either. So we'll just clear the board. That should be full mana for famine, so we can keep using that as we need. And we can keep exploding this. Oh, we're entangled. That's quite unfortunate. We don't actually have cleanse, so that's nothing we can actually do about that. We don't need to throw famine yet because we already have everything good to go, so we'll just throw another explosion down. I really need this thing to be in a different location, but I gotta make sure we have that devour protection. I don't need to get completely destroyed by a random devour and lose out of nowhere. A little annoying that we can't do anything with our skulls. Kind of want to throw this into red just so we get our mana up. Even if it misses, we can still explode it with Captain Skullbeard. This also make it so I don't have to take the skull, and it should stop him from taking it. Okay, apparently not. But that gives us Ward Breaker, so that should be enough. We just throw Ward Breaker now and keep throwing him, and hopefully keep getting his mana up enough. Look at that gigantic 2 damage. We're going places. Okay, let's go get another yellow down, get all that, throw another explosion. Surprised we haven't gotten frozen yet. Surprised I haven't jinxed it yet by saying that we haven't gotten frozen yet. We'll go throw down, I guess, just on green. Oh, then again, most of that's going to go right back into her. I would do it on red, but there's nowhere near enough reds. There's 5 reds, there's 14 green. Still no need to throw famine. I don't know why, but he's just not taking mana from this board. And we're doing almost no damage in return due to the entangle. But we'll go do that. Decent hit. He gets a bit of extra turn. There we go. There's the freeze that I didn't want. Still, nothing to throw famine on. Where's all his mana? The one time I want something to actually gain mana, and he's gaining none. Okay, we got another World Breaker. We can just go clear everything out. At least we're kind of still utilizing the Doomskulls too, being able to explode them constantly. So go for another one of these. Captain Skullbeard's almost dead. Oh, don't! No! He killed it with an extra turn! Why? Aw. Okay, let's go and, I think we just double poke at this point. It might take too long to get him to full mana, especially since he's frozen. So we'll just go and kill that out for overkill, and try finding one additional hit somehow. So we'll do this on red, and hope it doesn't miss. It kind of did. Yes, Queen Mab. That's going to lower our score by a decent amount. So we'll go and, I guess, let's take a red into a red, if we could find another red. And again, we could also just get Famine up at this point. Really, anything. Come on, we just need 1 damage. Come on, Famine, you got this. Do 1 damage. You know what to hit. Hit that HP value. Of course, he hits magic now. The one time I wouldn't want him to do magic. Normally, this is one of his best ones. And then he finally does it with HP. And there we go. I still don't really care for this team excessively, but I do miss using Captain Skullbeard. I don't know why I haven't been using him on green days. It actually is quite a bit of fun. I don't think I ever need him for blue days, but green days, him into Ward Breaker has a lot of potential. Speaking of that, we're up against goblins. Let me go put this into the correct order now that we don't have to deal with a Devour. So this was the order I wanted to do it in initially. Yeah, the next pet is Dragon Bonus in 3 days on Wednesday. It's going to be giving you a bonus to every dragon you have. So yeah, just every single time you use 3 or 4 dragons in your team, it'll give you additional bonus from 2 times to 3 times. Have I played any other Match 3 RPGs? I played several of the different puzzle quests, and that's about it. I haven't really played too many other ones. I've kind of looked into some, but I never actually played any of the other ones. But yeah, I haven't really... Gems of War was my first one. I didn't really get into too many of the other ones because I got so into this one, so I didn't really bother with many others. Let's see. High Paladin and Mercy are your only other divines. Oh, replace one of them with High Paladin then. High Paladin's actually really decent. Probably the War Cleric you'd probably replace with it. I forget what coloration that brings you to, but probably the War Cleric if it still covers pretty much every color. We'll go move that over. That gives us Famine. It's actually going to be really helpful given the team that we're up against right now. And this time he can entangle us, so that's also nice. So we'll actually hit all the skulls that we should have been getting in the previous battle. Tempted to take the skull, but I think I won't. So we'll go for that, because we're going to kill basically his entire team at once. Or he'll kill my entire team at once. This team needs an entangle so bad. There's so many entangles on green, but I don't know what we'd really replace out to get one on it. We'll go throw that down. Because that definitely isn't tanking for us, that is for sure. Wait, he didn't go for the kill. Well, but that does. Whoa, that did a lot of damage. Wait, did you just magic buff him? She just magic... What? He just 1 in 4'd a magic into a 1 in, I almost said 1 in 84. She just did a 1 in 4 magic into a 1 in 3 full AoE to get him to hit us for full AoE damage. For all that magic damage. Wow, he got lucky there. Well, we're dead. We're dead. We'll go throw Famine here so he doesn't do anything else. Throw it on that. Because that's pretty much the biggest threat now. Actually, he technically is, but he's going to die off the AoE. Luckily, that extra turn. Let's keep this thing alive. Let's do it into yellow, since pretty much everything on the team uses yellow. And get the Skull Poke in there. Okay, I think we'll recover, but can we do a single battle without losing a troop now? We'll go for the World Breaker. And that should be it. We World Breaker into a Famine, and that should be match. Or into a Skull, either or. Skull would actually give us more mana. Well, actually, not, it doesn't, because we don't actually need that mana, but still we might cascade it, and we did, so that helped us to ever so slightly more. Give us a few more points to make up for all of the horrible battles. No, they're not horrible, but they could definitely be going a bit better than this. Let's see, what does that bring us up to? Yeah, that's a little bit low for 4 battles. 7,004. Oh, well, actually, that's ridiculously low for 4 battles. 7,434? I think we were hitting, that's, let's see. That means we should hit around 9,000 for the final battle. That is really low. Like 8,900 or 9,000 is what we'll end up hitting. And we're up against goblins again. Why does it feel like every day we're up against goblins? Does everyone just love to set goblins against us? Well, it wasn't every single day, but we had that happen 2 days ago. We had it happen on... No, actually, it didn't happen at all yesterday, luckily. But 2 days ago, everyone was running goblins too. I don't know. We just get stuck with them every time, apparently. But should be okay. Shouldn't really be as hard as the previous battle unless he gets an infinite loop, because he got really, really lucky with the magic buff. 1 in 4 into 1 in 3 chance. So we'll grab all that. That's full mana. Grab all that. That's full mana again. Clear the board. And let's keep him alive this time. Hopefully. Board breaker. Don't even think about it. That hurts, but luckily it wasn't a magic buff. We'll go get that to full mana. Throw it down again. Famine, do we need you? No, we do not. Or at least not at this current moment. We definitely need you, that's for sure. We'll go throw no Famine because we don't need it. We'll go throw that in there. Should probably give it an HP buff shield soon. Actually, we'll do it right now. We'll feed our yellow. Shouldn't miss. Jinxed it. Okay, well, luckily that hits on barrier. And we'll just go and clear it out, Famine it, and that's match. And no, why? 1 turn right before we win, it still manages to find the kill. Wow, I think we lost 1 troop every time. Yeah, that is below. Hey, we got a pet, or we can go get a pet. But yeah, we are. Yeah, that should be like 8,900, 8,800. Oh no, it's 9,100. That's actually fine then. That could have gone way smoother than that though, but I'll take it. Wow. Well then. Apparently, I need to go look into more green teams. Goblin meta returns. I know, right? Could you imagine if we actually got away with 4 times Goblin for Green Day? I know you were referring to the things that we're facing, but still. Is there enough Goblins to do that? Unfortunately, the 2 troops coming in next week are not Goblins, nor are they Green Goblins. Well, one of them's a Goblin, but it's not a Green Goblin. I don't think there's enough to do that. So, out of curiosity. It wouldn't be a legitimate Goblin team. But I kind of want to see, because if people keep running goblins on this day, I kind of actually want to use goblins against them just for fun. Oh, never mind. There's not enough goblins. The team would be horrible. It would probably be... It would probably be... these 4. Boar Rider, Queen Grapplepot, Sir Snothelm, Goblin King. If Guild Wars was occurring next week, I would actually consider it. Mainly because next week, these troops should have 10% or 20% bonus, because next week is probably going to be Zacian bonus plus Goblin bonus, most likely, for the 2 10%. So it's not guaranteed, but it's a pretty good chance that'll be that. That or it'll be Goblin and Beast, or it'll be Goblin and, or Zacian and Beast, I mean. It's either going to be Zacian Beast, Zacian Goblin, or Beast Goblin, most likely for the bonus. But yeah, if it's Asian Goblin, they'd all be getting 20% next week. Though it's not Guild Wars next week, so that's irrelevant. Also, that team wouldn't even be that good, so that's also pretty irrelevant. The order of it would be like Boar Rider, Sir Snothelm, Grapplepot, and then Goblin King or something. And that'd be a ridiculously clunky team. Nowhere near what a real goblin team would do. Oh well. Anyways. Well, let's go do our pet. We just got a pet thingy during our last battle there, so... Or, well, we didn't actually get it, but, you know, someone in our guild found it. But the notification activated, so let's go clear them all out. Hello, Mark the Punk, and thank you. Yeah, I got the haircut on, yesterday, right? Yeah, it was yesterday. Starting to forget when things happen now. But yeah, it was yesterday we ended up getting a haircut. I will get rid of all these reds. Yeah, I tend to always just shave and get a haircut at the exact same time. I just let everything grow out and then just get it all off simultaneously. And then just do that like every few months. Instead of having to deal with it. I don't know if that's lazy or just being efficient, but that's what I do. We'll go take that over. I guess we could explode all of that, and should be good to go. Oh, okay, good. It did cascade. Wow, that was a lot of damage. So, of course, it is the first battle, so they're pretty much all dying instantly. One of your favorite new ones is WWE Champions. You only have to buy one thing to get the ads to go away, and after that, you can play freely. Interesting. Is that a match 3 thing that you were saying, or was it some kind of other game? Because I know we were talking about match 3 things in the chat, and I actually didn't look at the rest of it. Oh yeah, that is what you were mentioning. You're the same person. That would explain it. What else did I miss? No, I didn't miss anything else. I always feel like I missed chat. But if I ever do miss anything, feel free to just mention it to me again, even if you have to mention it a couple times. Because I have a bad habit of it. I try not to, though, of course. We're going to move that. Get a goblin in there. I mean, goblin. That is not a goblin. Throw a Gorgolfa in there. And apothecary away the yellows. And that'll be that. If we have alignment. If we have alignment. Give us something already. There we go. And that's match. And we throw into this. And dead. Yeah, I probably will look into more match 3 games in the future. It is an interesting genre. Specifically, match 3 RPGs. Standard match 3s I probably wouldn't actually care for too much. We'll go throw the explosion down. Get a convert if we have anything, or just throw that down, because that's basically just like mana generation. It feels weird being able to generate more mana off of a skull spam than you can off of actual troops that are supposed to do it. Because a Doomskull just wipes out the entire board and then... Oh, I thought that was enough damage. Never mind. Oops. But skull spam just does so much with these Doomskulls. Like, we get all of our mana, plus we kill, like, 1 to 4 things per time we cast. It's pretty much a guaranteed kill every single time we get skull alignment, or Doomskull alignment specifically. Are there any good Green Day teams with Forest Guardian? Yes, you can actually build pure Green Beast out of Forest Guardian. I wouldn't really advise it, though, because you have to use a Black Beast to really make it work. And it can be a little bit hit or miss. But you basically have to keep using Giant Spider to keep getting everything up on your team. And, well, keep summoning, I mean. And then just keep killing out. One other thing that you need to worry about as well if you do go down that route is you need to make sure that you finish the battle with the full amount of troops if you can. Because any time that you finish the battle with less than 4 troops, you do lose a small amount of points. As you saw today, we only got 9,100 points because we lost basically a troop every single battle. And it definitely starts to dwindle down your score a bit if you lose it every single battle. Even if you do decent in it otherwise. Also, Devour does not count as self-damage. There are some things that count as self-damage that actually lower your score. For example, Sunbird and Elspeth, which are really annoying, but wish they didn't. But Devour does not count as self-damage. So you can get away with using Black Beast on yourself without getting penalized in Guild Wars. Alright, we're going with that over. I do not have a drop for that, so nothing we can do there. No extra oh, hello, extra turn. No extra turns, except the one staring us in the face. Well then, we'll go and I guess take a yellow to yellow. Maybe get a double blue or something there. Take that. Maybe... No, that gives them 5 times if I do that. So we're not going to do that. We'll take the yellow down. Try for a blue. Didn't get it. So we don't need that. Don't have any weird moves I could do there, so I guess we'll just take the yellow into Surge, get our Gorgolfa down. Not the Goblin. The Gorgolfa Goblin. Could you imagine if they did make a Goblin like that? They kind of did, I guess, in a way. The closest thing to a Gorgolfa Goblin is that new Ice Troll that came out. It's about as close as we're probably ever going to get. Unless they add a Mythic Goblin. Could you imagine that? What on earth a Mythic Goblin will be. We mentioned this, I believe, in the previous stream, too. At some point. But, yeah, that would be so broken if they ever decide to do a Mythic Goblin. And they probably will. There's only 11 kingdoms left that don't currently have a Mythic after the one that's coming in next week. So, or not next week, 2 weeks from now. I believe it's 12 right now. 12, 11, 10, somewhere around there is how many kingdoms are still missing a Mythic. And it's only a matter of time before Zhejian gets a Goblin Mythic. Unless they give it a Beast Mythic, but that wouldn't really make much sense. That the most well-known Goblin kingdom in the game would get a Beast. It would most likely be a Goblin. And it will most likely be an annoying Goblin. Probably the most annoying Goblin. So I'll go throw that on the green. Freeze everything. Automatically gain extra turn. Impervious. Plus something else. Okay, we'll go and... go get that done. Rip, Gems of War could get boring one day. It already is. I don't know. I still really enjoyed Gems of War. I have took like a small break from it while I was in college. I was still playing it weekly, but I didn't play it like nearly as much for like several months during college there. But no, I pretty much always played it and enjoyed the game. I don't really get tired of these kind of things, and I enjoy really long grind games. I actually do enjoy the grind of these kind of games. I don't ever really get bored of it. Even if it's the exact same thing or very similar to it multiple times in a row, as long as it feels like some kind of progression is going on. Also, this game gets updated at a quick enough rate that it's never really gets too stale. Because we get new content every single week, get new kingdoms every few months, and we get a major update at pretty much every few months as well these days. They were trying to push out 6 major patches this week. This week, that would be amazing. 6 major patches this year. And they already did 2. The third one's coming, I believe, actually I don't think we have an official date on that, or even remotely close to an official date. But I assume sometime later next month, or early the following month. So probably, like, early July. Okay, we'll go and convert that out. And is that it? No. We don't have alignment for it. Yes, we do. I should stop ever saying I don't have alignment, because almost every time I say it, we have it. Mythic Goblin final trait, whenever you gain an extra turn, gain an extra turn. There actually was a glitch when this game first started, and for almost about half a year before anyone really like discovered it, and then it ran rampant for like a couple months. But there was a glitch where every goblin in the game that had a extra turn plus a board control capability. So let's say, for example, Boar Rider. If you were to go and use it, and you landed an extra turn on the board, as well as, of course, its automatic extra turn, you would end up stacking extra turns on top of each other, and you could stack infinite extra turns. So you could take a 3, and it would still be your turn, and another 3, and it would still be your turn. And if you stacked enough extra turns, you could just cast like 5 abilities. Even if it does an extra turn, you could just keep going and going and going, and you'd essentially have an infinite turn ridiculously easily. And this was mainly discovered when Goblin Rocket was added to the game, because of course a lot more people were starting to use it, since Goblin Rocket, when he first came out, was only 9 mana cost as well. So yeah, it ran everywhere pretty much. Even now, when it's 11 mana cost, it still ran everywhere. It's still insanely good value for what it does. But yeah, you could stack infinite turns. So that actually technically was a mechanic in the past, and yes, it was ridiculously overpowered. The only thing anyone ever ran at that time was goblins, because there was nothing. It was basically pointless to run anything else. Every team at least ran one goblin, like a Boar Rider or Goblin Rocket. Let's see. Should I say that there's no alignments? No, we'll go get that down. And it's still worth going for. We'll just go take that down. And take that down. And now I can confirm that there is one. There we go. Grab that. And that should be our pet. Never mind, it didn't do anywhere near enough damage. We'll throw this down again. And that is aligned due to the yellow to the blue. And throw one more of those, and that should overkill him. And there we go. And it was still our turn, even if it wasn't. Let's claim our pets. Come on, 5. No, we're realistically only get 1 or 2. Yeah, 1. What's with us only getting 1? At least this one isn't really that important. It's just a Donna bonus, but still. That's one of the other ones I've been getting a lot too. Puppybot and where's the other one? Puppybot and Mini Maw. I've been getting way too many of. Wish I would get some more of the like really good ones. We did get a Moon earlier though, so, and we also finally got one of our pets that we were missing. But the main ones we really need to be getting a lot of are like basically both of these two and every single one of the Guild War ones. I guess some of the other specific stats effects too. Like we really need more magma pillars. We need more peace pigeons. Peace pigeon. It's so hard to say. Not as hard as some other combos of words. And that's about it, really. I guess there are a few others that we may need in the future. Like, we might need more copies of this guy for Fae, or this female thing, Fairy. We might need more of the Eye for when we run Mystics, if they ever become good. Not Mythics, but Mystics. And that's about it. And of course, the only one we're missing is the Coca-Cola Bear. The elusive Coca-Cola Bear TM. But yeah, the little Urska thing. I would never actually use it, but we need it for full pet completion. It's the only one we're missing. And that and the one that's coming out next Wednesday, but you have a 100% chance of getting that. I believe every new pet they ever add, you actually have a 100% chance of getting it, since you could just get it during the event that triggers for it. So it's actually good. Once you get all the pets in the game, you perpetually always have all the pets in the game. Oh yeah, did I do dungeons yet? I think I did earlier. Yes we did, so we don't even need to go do that. Perfect. So that's already done. I guess we'll just mess around in PvP then, because... No, never mind, we already finished that out too. But don't forget, if you guys haven't already done it, do make sure to get 750 event gems in PvP. Really easy to do, and it gives you 120 gems among other resources. Well, technically 150 if you count all of them going up there, and a bunch of gem keys as well. Definitely worth doing. PvP also gives a lot of resources in general, not even counting the extra you get from it. Oh, we'll go take the blue into brown. Grab all that. Also, hello, Mystic. Welcome. Okay, we'll go move that over, throw down this convert, and go from there. If you guys have any other questions you want me to go over, or just anything in general, let me know. Alignment. Do we have you? No, we do not. Yes, we do not. Okay, we'll go throw that there. And now we do, so that should be matched. That will create all the blues we need next to our other things. We just get it for a bunch of damage, and that'll be enough to just kill it out. And never mind, we'll need one more. And now it's enough to kill it out. Wow, that overkill. That was at least 300 damage overkill. If not more. Oops, wrong one. Let's take our revenge. Yeah, always make sure to go for your revenges. For any of you that don't know, aside from that extra glory that it shows you get, for whatever reason, revenge battles also give you twice the amount of gold. It doesn't actually show you at the end of battle that you're getting twice the amount of gold, but if you check your amount of gold before and after doing the battle, it does indeed give you twice the amount. It's left over from something in the past, though they haven't changed it for several patches now, so everyone just assumes it's intended. But yeah, you get a substantial higher amount of gold on those battles, by double, so it's pretty good to go for them every single time you see them. You should pretty much never not go for them unless you're like a really early game player that can't kill whatever it's on, like if it's on a 3 trophy or something. That'd be like the only time you wouldn't go for it, but in all other instances you'd always want to go for it. So we can go for purple here. That'll give us a decent amount of mana. If I'm not mistaken, it still has enough to get to full right there. Yeah, because it already had some mana. It's not like it drained. Back in the day, Silence actually did drain your mana whenever you got Silence. It would do the effect that currently Silence does, which prevents you from accumulating any mana, plus it would... But that's all it does now, is it stops you from accumulating mana. But it also used to mana drain you on top of not accumulating mana. At one point, Silent One was the strongest troop in the game because of that. It also didn't use to silence itself, meaning you could infinitely spam it over and over again without any consequence. Now we'll go throw that in there, and that should be match. Almost. We'll throw it again, and that will be it. Or not. That will be it. How many hits do you need? You tried to team with Emperor Corvash earlier in place of Apothecary. It worked pretty well. Oh yeah, you could replace it with Corvash. You could replace it with Sylvania Moore. You could replace it with, I believe, Famine, if you have it. There's definitely plenty of replacements for it. especially if you're running it for Brown Day. Though if you're running it for PvP, I would consider trying to make it cover every color. How important is it to choose the appropriate home kingdom? It's almost completely irrelevant, though the most appropriate home kingdom is White Helm in almost every situation, assuming that you're similarly upgraded on every kingdom. The reason for this is White Helm is pure glory, and of the three things relative to how much it gives of these three resources, the glory amount is the best. The amount that a pure gold kingdom takes to accumulate that much gold is less than 1 battle. The amount of battles it takes to get the amount of souls that the other kingdom has is about 1 to 2 battles. And the amount of battles you'd have to do to accumulate the amount of glory that a White Helm tribute would give you from setting this as your home kingdom would be about anywhere from 4 to like 10 battles, depending on your bonuses and stuff. So yeah, it's always, assuming similar upgradeness on all of your kingdoms, it is always White Helm as the best one. Yeah, there's a few other niche instances, but that's only because if you, like, let's say you have level 10 Zolkari, but you haven't leveled your White Helm yet, and it's only level 5, then of course you'd want to go Zolkari, and let's say you got it to 3 stars White Helm, but let's say one of your other kingdoms is, that could have maybe been better. Actually, that's a bad example. Let's say White Helm's like 1 star, but Zolkari, for example, is at 3 stars. It would end up giving you so much more because of the extra tributes that, because of the kingdom star bonus thing. From these. At 1 star, it gives double tribute reward, but then at 3 stars, it gives double tribute chance. But if this was like a 3 star and that was only a 1 or 2 star, it would actually be better to set something like Zolkari than it would to be White Helm. But you do need to double check on that. But assuming every single kingdom is similarly as upgraded, it's White Helm as the best possible home kingdom. Otherwise, it's whatever one gives the highest amount of glory / souls. Preferably glory, but any mixture of them is fine. Yeah, that's pretty much the only home kingdom in the game. They will be revamping how home kingdoms work in the future, but at this current moment in time, excuse me, it's pretty much always White Helm. Okay, what do we have here? We'll take a nothing. Nothing's good. We could try for a green extra turn, but it gives them guaranteed green extra turn if it misses, so we're not going to do that. Oh, we would have actually gotten it. Really? If I would have taken that, we would have had a green there. Well, we'll just take that, I guess, and take it there. Well, I guess we still got full mana, so in the end, it still worked out. Move that over, convert out all the yellow. And that is not aligned, nor is it a chain reaction, so I'm just going to clear the board. And hopefully something here we'll be able to use. And yes, we can. So we'll go and throw all that away, clear out the board, and we still have red to skull, hopefully. No, we do not, so we'll move that. Now we have red to skull, so we'll go for that. And one more will kill it. Never mind, that will kill it. Plus we still had our turn, plus we whoa, that was a high level. 1,490. Well, that was high. That's probably top 50, 20 in the game. Somewhere's up there. Well, so we're still quite a bit away from level 1,300. We're probably, at the rate I'm going, we're probably like 2-3 months away from that level. That would be a pretty big milestone. Actually, 1,250. Did I even say anything about that? That's actually a pretty big milestone, too, whenever we end up hitting that. That was probably like a week or 2 ago, maybe even 3. It moves so slowly in the amount of EXP you gain this late in the game. Feels like it never goes up, even though we are gaining a few levels each week, but it just seems really slow. Which of these legendaries is worth building a team around? Bone Dragon, Mikhail, Gloomleaf, Sylvania Mora, Sakima, or Corvash? Corvash is the only one there that'd really be worth building it around. Maybe Sakima. But you can definitely build it around Corvash, for sure. Normally, it's Corvash, Valkyrie, True Damage Troop, and another True Damage Troop. And that tends to be what you use with a Corvash. Used to be a lot better in the past. These days, it's kind of average. But still, out of all the things that you mentioned, the best thing there, for sure. It's also still one of the best drainers in the game. The absolute best stunner. And, yeah, that's about all it has going for it at the moment. Really good true damage, really good mana drain, and the best stunner in the game. Which is a decent amount. Though very rarely do you actually need mass stun. Okay, we'll go get rid of green. The best thing that's normally good against is actually like something like this team. It would actually be pretty effective against. Not counting the apothecary aspect, but which we could just cleanse it all. But as far as like disabling 75% skull reduction and 65% skull reduction and stuff like that, really good at taking out Gorgolfa. Assuming you can also take out his mana. Can you suggest a team? You're level 160. Well, that would depend what you have for the other 2 troops. Do you have a Marilith? It's actually really good with Marilith. Might not even need the Valkyrie if you have the Mirror Lift too. But Mirror Lift's definitely one of the bigger things you could put into it if you have it. So let me go and clear out this. And yeah, do you have a Mirror Lift laying around? Let's see. Corvash, Mirror Lift. Hopefully you have it. Let's see. Miststalker. You probably have Miststalker. It's only a rare. And what are we missing still? We need a yellow or denial of yellow. We could use Spirit Fox. I don't think you have it fully traded yet though. You probably have it, but you don't have it fully traded. So we'll go for... I don't know, what's yellow true damage these days? I know we have Wolf Knight, but that's generally not that good. Though if we really had to, that would be sufficient. Cockroaches could be good just as a disable, I guess. So we might just go down that route. So I'll put that there for now. What on earth is that drag? It's like not even clicking on it yet, it's still doing it. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Oh, Dragonian Monk. We gotta actually do that for protection, just to make sure we don't die. Since you are a lower level, you might hit some really big walls that might hit you. And in that case, we could actually put the Mirror Lift there. Oh, come on, move. Put the Mirror Lift there. And yeah, that'll work if you have Mirror Lift. Now I just need to see if you have Mirror Lift. Hopefully, because there actually aren't too many other alternatives for green other than maybe a Spirit Fox. Let's see. All colors, green. I guess a Boar Rider could work in its place. Wouldn't be horrible. Captain Skullbird would too, but it's another epic, so you might not have it. And Diviner would be overkill. Don't need that. Dragotar doesn't work in this team. And most of these other things are too high of a rarity. But yeah, I guess you could do Hobgoblin replacement too if you really need to. But yeah, I just showed this real quick. This would be a lower level range team for Corvash. The only thing slightly higher in it is Mirror Lift, but the other two are ridiculously cheap, Miststalker and Dragonian Monk. And since we are using a Mirror Lift, we're just going to, assuming you have a +1 on her, you're going to want to set a +2 red banner. If you don't end up having that, you'd probably want to go set a brown-yellow, so you can keep spamming Dragonian Monk. So since you might not have her traits, I'm just going to go brown-yellow then, because it is her second trait, so it is a little bit more expensive. So we'll go for that. The only thing that this team really assumes is that you have Miststalker. Well, other than owning the troops. But it assumes you have Miststalker to at least first trait, so you get the +1 purple. Other than that, you don't really need any of the other traits. Ideally, Mirror Lift's trait too, but it's a little bit expensive to obtain. So let's go and throw this in there. So we'll basically want to get Dragonian Monk immediately. We're actually up against goblins here, so we might die to this, but we're going to want to go get everything up immediately. As far as Dragonian Monk and Mirror Lift are our two biggest priorities. This getting up is also nice, especially if they're about to cast something off the front line. But right off the bat, we're just going to go and take all that mana. That cascades quite a bit for us. He will get some yellow there. He might even get an ability, but as long as he doesn't freeze us. He does have that, but we can kill it before he does. We even have Miststalker up right now, so we can just go directly for the kill if we wanted to. So we're going to go and take that down, throw a Miststalker into him to kill out first light. Automatically hits whatever the weakest is, and weakest is determined by whatever has the lowest HP armor, and that would be him. Do we have any other alignments here? Right there? No, we don't have it anywhere. That is good. Nope, not a single one is worth going for. We can get a maximum of double. So right here, we're just going to go for Corvash then. That'll double drain and double stun. Take the green. Throw a Mirror Lift. Barely even used it, but we used that to get a lot of mana. Plus it does 6 true damage to everything, which of course early on in the game is a lot more effective than it is this late in the game, but still. You keep chipping them down 6 by 6, and it makes it so you can then kill out with Corvash. You lower them until they can become Corvash range, and then you can just double Corvash them. And you can keep throwing Miststalkers to clean ups whenever you need. Also, if it doesn't kill, it poisons, which is particularly effective early on in the game too. Not this late since they have such high HP values, but that does a 50% chance to do 1 true damage per turn, which is kind of nice. What else do we need to move around here? So we have this. I guess we'll just go for a... Oh, we'll go for a quad, might as well. You can use this and try hitting on a bunch of yellows to get barrier. That makes it so things can't do damage. You just saw hit there, he just hit full AoE on us, but he did 0 damage. It looked like he kind of did nothing, but that's because we had barrier on everything, which protected us against all of his damage. And now we just throw Mirror Lift into Corvash, and that's the match. And there we go. Yeah, you can run something like that. Hey, we got a revenge. Let's go take it out. Oh, the annoying Spirit Fox. Hey, even this late in the game, people still use Spirit Fox. If you don't have Mirror Lift, you could easily go replace that out in that team if you wanted to. Though Mirror Lift would be better. But yeah, Spirit Fox is so annoying. It tends to get used in drain spam teams. You could use it with Corvash if you really wanted to. That tends to not be as effective in that lineup, but it's really popular with Scion Ragnagord, which is what he's using now. Well, we'll go and... I guess we'll go... Wait, what's our +1 on? I believe it's on green, so if I take a blue, we're going to be 1 mana short. So I'll take it that way. There we go. So we'll get an Apothecary down if we have it. And we do not. I guess we could take a double red and go from there. So we'll take a red over, get another red, get our extra turn there. We have it on green. Hopefully that will get us going here. Tell me we have alignment. Yes, we do. That makes us have alignment right there. And that's match. Scion is neutralized, so that's auto win at this point. He gets hit with a gigantic hit there. Followed up by another one. Followed up by don't even need to do anything. Just by the whole storm of Doomskulls. There we go. Oh no, this annoying team. I'm going to bring out the stun. Also, this is one other thing that Corvash is particularly good for if it's fully traded. I know you can't do this particular team, but it's what I love using Corvash for. It's probably one of the only instances I actually still use a Corvash. It's... where's my Corvash team? There it is, Guard's Honor. It's actually my Guard's Honor team, but it's also my Corvash team. It's basically a one-shot Guard's Avatar into stunning all these. Because all these have a 100% chance that they summon a Drake, but if you stun them, they won't actually go and create them. So it's the easiest way to really deal with it. This team also runs with Apothecary. Apothecary is actually one of the best of the converter things. Not only is it only 10 mana cost, but it cleanses all allies. And it's one of the best cleanses in the game. So we'll go throw it out on yellow. Get the red over. It's also only ultra rare, so most people have access to it as well, which is nice. Ideally here we'd want to be doing this on blue, but we have no blues to be seen. There's only 5 on the board. I guess we still do it and just hope we get lucky. So we'll go to that, because we need to make sure there's a decent amount of blues on the board. Also make it so our subsequent casts are a little bit better at hitting it. So we have a lot of green right now. I guess we'll do it just to get her to full mana, and then we'll do it on blue. Because we'll probably clear more of the board by doing it that way anyways. And now we'll do it back on blue, so we'll do that. Hopefully it'll hit. Hit enough. So we'll go and keep stunning him out. We need to make sure, of course, we stun out every single thing on his team, and he's still missing one. So we need to keep doing this until everything is simultaneously stunned. And then that should be enough damage for us to just go for the one-shot. So we'll get rid of his red since there's so many on the board. That'll give that. This should be the final stun, and that should be the final damage, and then you just one-shot the entire team. And there we go. Yeah, that's the only thing I personally use Corvash for these days. And annoying goblins again. A little bit weird using it with Skady though, but I guess it's trying to extra turn spam the things in case there isn't a storm. You know what would actually be pretty funny? This team with Bloodhammer in last slot. I wonder if anyone's tried that yet. I haven't actually seen anyone using it. That would be a really funny defend team. Also, by the way, I actually revamped my defend team too. I haven't even bothered testing it yet. But let me go face this team against the defend team I just set. I'm curious how it functions. Because I put one up to kind of sabotage people who might be using Doomskulls against it. I deliberately put a firebomb on the team, assuming that they will run Bloodhammer. Okay, goblins, please end your turn. Not this again. The endless goblins. Oh good, he finally cast Skady. That's not necessarily good though, I guess, but... well, there goes Gurgoltha all the way back. That's not too useful, but we'll go grab all that mess. Need to get something rolling here. If Bloodhammer could get to full mana, we'll still have a decent chance. He's in a position where he could easily win, though. Let's actually get Gurgoltha. I know it's all the way in last slot, but still, it's going to do something. So clear out all the board. Feels so weird using that in last slot. That is like the last place you'd ever want to use him. First slot's about the only place, and second slot ever so occasionally, but never ever in second. I mean, never in third or fourth. That is pretty pointless. Yeah, we'll go throw that in green. What else? We'll go take that. Actually, do we have blue alignment? Yes, we do. Let's actually go for that instead. And that should be matched. I think we recovered from it. Should be able to. I'll just go get a Gurgoltha down. It's almost kill. Actually, that is the kill. And Doomstorm kills out the other one. Even with only 19 attack, we still have enough. Amazing. Is Gurgoltha, Flame Troll, Yagwe, Yarrow, Fairmantle a good team? Gurgoltha, Flame Troll, Yagwe... Yeah, seems okay. Still not a huge fan of Euro Fire Mana personally, but it does give you the mana generation you need for that team, and you have a lot of red gem spawn. Actually, everything on the team creates red other than Gorgolfa, but he clears the board for you, so in a way, I guess he technically creates red for you, or at least he accumulates red for you. But yeah, that would be perfectly fine to use. Also, let me go test this defend team real quick. Not that one. What's it doing? I guess I forgot to go switch it earlier. But where's my PvP team? I just set it right before the stream, like an hour before. PvP defend. Gorgolfa, Captain Skullbeard, King Bloodhammer, and Firebomb. I want to see what happens. So we'll run our normal team against this. The only bad thing is it does run Gorgolfa lead, so that might make it so it loses, but if it gets Doomstormed, then that would be fine. And that's actually what the Firebomb is for, because it assumes that the enemy team will be using a Bloodhammer, which we are. So the second he throws the Firebomb down, he actually triggers Doomstorm off of mine, specifically. He didn't actually even do it off of his own, it was off of mine. But we'll go do that. It didn't actually cascade into anything, so he didn't actually get any value out of it. So he's still going to lose. But I'm banking on it actually getting value, and then him Captain Skullbearding over and over again, plus Gorgolfa. Plus he might throw that ability. So, yeah, hopefully it'll win occasionally. Looks like here it's going to lose. Or, well, maybe not. It's trying. It's definitely trying. We'll go through, I guess we'll just get that in there. I think we have enough damage to kill it out, so. Get that. That dies. Oh, we got a demonic pack. It's not going to matter, though. It's not even going to remotely matter. Actually, maybe it will, because we don't have enough to kill him at the moment. So we'll just go take that. Never mind, it's not going to matter. I was right the first time. And down it goes. Yeah, we demolished it like it was nothing, but still. I think it has some potential. We'll see what happens. Wait, we got 2 treasure maps from ourselves? New map farming method. Also, that's one of the other reasons why I said it's my defend too. Actually, that's the main reason, I think, is to actually get maps from it, or specifically gems. Because we could probably increase the amount of gems we get per week just by like 20 or 30 for free just by having that team due to all the Doomskulls that it creates. Anyways, back to the real PvP battles. But yeah, we'll set that as our defend and see what data we get off it. I highly doubt it's going to break 50%, but if nothing else, I at least want to get more gems off of it. And I'm not really looking more so towards its win rate, more so that it actually just gives a lot of gems. Okay, alignments. We have blue. Is that worth going for? Yes, only because we're filling into Gorgolfa to full mana. The game needs a fun counter that shows how many normal and extra turns you and the AI got. Oh, a new counter. I thought you meant counter as in a troop that counters, but I see a new counter that counts that. Yeah, that would be pretty helpful. I wish there was like a thing that would be kind of hidden, but you could go and click it on the enemy, and you could see like various stats, like how many turns have gone by, how many extra turns, how many, like if it has a boost ratio based on something, what its actual value is that it's boost ratioing up to and what's actually changing, and other small like detail like that would be very, very useful to have. But, yeah, they don't have that, unfortunately. There's a lot of small little things that they could add. I think the biggest issue they have with it is adding too many, because they don't want to make it look too complicated. And which ones they specifically add could be controversial, as far as which ones are worth it. Because I think some people were even against having these things show up when they started coming up in these. I don't think it was too many people, but there were people that were actually against it. Because it made it so you didn't have to count them anymore. I guess there's people that didn't want it to be easier. Because that's the only thing it really did. But you could end up going too far where it ends up making a lot of things easier to tell. But there are some things that you can't tell at all. Like what you mentioned, as well as, like, for example, let's say something boosts up based on gold. You have no way of checking how much gold they have. Or let's say something that boosts based on how many kills it is done. Which there is a mythic that does that. You have no way of checking how many that is at all. But there's certain things that they can boost ratio off of that, or just do things in general, where you can't even see how many it is. And unless you kept track the entire battle, you would never know for sure what it is. Okay, well, let's see. We'll go and take ourselves nothing there. Well, I guess we'll go for a yellow. They never actually disclosed what the full actual formula is for Guild Wars. We just know kind of like generally what it's based on. But yeah, extra turns is one of them. And the fact that it doesn't show it, I guess, could help you actually be able to determine your score and stuff. Your 4x Firebomb team has 50% win rate and PvP defend. Really? I guess that would happen, because occasionally it will Firebomb into Doomskulls and then Firebomb again into more Doomskulls. And it could potentially get extremely lucky. You never know. And down it goes. Or it could be people not wanting to give you a win, or a lose, I should say. And they deliberately invade you just to make sure you don't get it. It could be that too. Like, they see you battle and they just instantly repick it. Because some people are against people setting 4x firebombs. So whenever they see one, they'll just go into the battle, deliberately retreat, and that gives you less resources than if they would have won the battle. And it also saves them 1 gem of having to waste a gem. So they save 1 gem and you lose or you don't lose resources, but you get less than if they would have won out the battle. Okay, we'll go through the Gorgolfa. And I wish it was still our turn. That was such a perfect board setup. Why? No, let's get move that over. And should be good to go. Get that in there. Get the explosion. And that'll be that. Down it goes. Anyways, guys, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, another map. Very nice. We're just like showering in maps with these Doomskulls. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions? Otherwise, I'll be heading off for tonight. We will be back tomorrow at same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow at 9 p.m. I mean, 9 p.m. That's the time now. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. We'll be going over the new troops tomorrow as well. The basic summary of them is we're getting a new Devourer that is going to be pretty nice for just running into early game. I don't think it's going to be too useful later on in the game, but it could be a potential replacement for Bullet in many teams. Not to mention it's targetable, which is pretty nice. Other than that, we're getting the raid for tomorrow will be, raid for next week, I mean, will be for Zhejian Kingdom. So it is going to be a Goblin that does an extra turn for the new raid troop, which might actually have some usefulness outside of raids as well. Other than that, probably going to be having Zhejian bonuses next week, and probably Goblin bonus next week. As far as if is it worth using event keys, only if you need Grapple Pot, Queen Grapple Pot. If you don't need Queen Grapple Pot, then it won't be worth it. So next week is probably a good week to skip doing event keys if you've been wanting to save up a bit, because I know most people threw out all their event keys this week. So you could use next week to start saving them a bit if you don't specifically need Grapple Pot. Other than that, that's pretty much everything. Anyone else with questions? Otherwise, I guess I will see you all tomorrow. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yeah, next Friday is Treasure Gnome event. Friday after that, new Mythic. And other than that, that's all that's really coming in the near future. Oh, and next, actually there is one more thing. Next Wednesday is the first new pet added to the game since they added pets. It's going to be the dragon bonus. It takes red food, and it's going to be a dragon. Or, you know, a dragon that gives dragon bonus. But yeah, that's going to be the first new pet ever added to the game for the 37th pet. And you'll have a guaranteed chance of getting it since there'll be a pet rescue for it. And I think I'll do a video going over pet rescue too every single week. I didn't do it for the very first one. Well, I kind of did in a way. I did it on my lower level account. But I think I'm going to start doing that for every single one now, just to kind of help with early game players. Do it on my lower level account and just kind of show how I'm going about it. It might be with Tesla most of the time, but I'm going to try, since next week ends up introducing that new Devourer, I'm going to try doing it with the new Devourer troop that's coming in next week and see if that will function. So we'll be trying something with that so that newer players will have a some kind of idea of what to use for the pet if you're not capable of normally doing them. What kingdom is the new Mythic for? The new Mythic for 2 weeks from now, not next Friday, but the following one, is for Pride Lands. This kingdom right here. It's going to be a Rashka. There's currently not really anything useful under Rashkas. It's basically a one-shot cleanup troop. So the basic premise of its ability is if it killed, it hits it hits the 2 weakest enemies. If either of them dies, both of them die. So if you hit something that has 1 HP and the other hits something that has, let's say, 200 HP, they will both die if you kill one of them. So yeah, that has a lot of potential. It's going to be particularly good later in the game, or pretty much throughout the entire game, but, well, I guess even more so earlier in the game, but later in the game, since a lot of things do a large amount of damage, but aren't actually capable of killing, what people are going to start using, or people are basically going to start using those troops again, cast them, throw down this new Rashka Mythic, and then get a double kill off of it. Will it be worth using in most situations? Probably not, but it's going to be useful in teams that tend to run a lot of HP buff, where you might be able to single target one of them down a lot, and then just instantly get the kill on the other one. It is instant kill, so there is no immunity to it. It's not like Devour or anything. So whatever, if it gets the kill, it guarantee has a second kill, because you'll always at least have a second troop on the enemy team. So yeah, unless you win out the battle, in which case you just win out the battle. But yeah, if you get one kill with it, it gives you a guaranteed chance at 2 kills, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it has potential. I don't think it's going to be any kind of like new meta kind of thing, but it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to mess around with. Is it worth going for? I won't actually be able to determine that until we actually get to test it. But it is definitely one worth throwing at least a little bit of resources to. Maybe just a few hundred gem keys or something, maybe even less. But yeah, we'll be going over that in 2 weeks once it finally comes out and see how it functions. Anyways, guys, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy yourself and stay safe. Goodbye, everyone.